News Channel 7. Time for 7 First Alert weather.
So I know we've been talking a lot about these above average temperatures that we've been seeing so far this month. So I want to start off with a little bit of a different topic about our precipitation and just how dry it's been. This is the view from Sun Valley right now. You can see lots of dry mountains there, not quite as green, which we would expect this time of year. We don't expect them to be bright green, but it's just a contrast with this time of season. So with our precipitation that we would normally expect for this time of year, we would see anywhere about 0.84 inches for this entire month. But what did we see last year? Well, last year at this time, we already saw about a ½ inch of rain, but that month was in particular the fifth wettest month, the fifth wettest October ever on record. So we wouldn't quite expect to always hit a record month, but so far we've had no measurable precipitation so far this month. So what would be normal for this time of year? Well, to be on track for average, we'd see about 0.25 inches so far by this date. But right now, it doesn't look like we will see much of that. We have either with equal chances of seeing more precipitation and dry conditions, so pretty much flip a coin. We do look to get a shift towards the end of the month, but I'll talk more about that in a second. And as I mentioned, what's on average for this month? 0.81 inches of rain. So we are already looking to be off with a dry start for this month, and we look to continue that somewhat. But again, end of the month, we look to see things change. A lot of the reason for those dry and warm conditions is this consistent high pressure center that we've had sitting off the west coast. It is moving, blocking systems out of our area that would bring cooler air and wetter conditions, and you can see just how much that heat is building throughout the western U.S. So what did the temperatures look like that we've been seeing the past 2 weeks? Well, we've been continuing to run above average. We saw temperatures in the low 70s. We got up to the 80s, staying in the high 70s, and then again today, 78 degrees. All this time running above average. So for today, our average temperature would be 67 degrees. So again, we're running well above average with that. And with those warmer temperatures, we haven't seen our first frost or freeze yet. The average would be October 11th. Last year, we saw that happen on October 14th, and the latest ever on record is November 16th. And I was looking ahead at the trends, and it looks like we could see that first frost around the November timeframe for the Boise area as well. Along with the heat and dry conditions, we're also going to continue to see some of the smoke. You can see it covers a good part of the area of the state today, and it does look to thin a little bit as we go through tomorrow, but staying pretty consistent all the way through Friday. So you may see some of those patchy conditions, patchy smoke as we go through the next 48 hours. But again, we're talking about above average conditions for many spots. Some of those mountain locations are seeing temperatures near freezing, not quite freezing in the west central mountain areas. You can see it's pretty close though. Those high temperatures in the lower Treasure Valley are near 80 for tomorrow, but then watch those low temperatures as we go later into the week, because we may be talking about close to that frost temperature for parts of the western Treasure Valley. For parts of the eastern Treasure Valley, we won't be talking about that quite as much, because you can see those temperatures stay in the 40s, mid to high 40s for our low temperatures. So again, everybody in Caldwell, Nampa, later this week, Thursday, Friday, start watching those low temperatures. Looks to be about 39 degrees. So
okay.
For the gardens, if your tomatoes are still planted, then maybe time to take them out.
No, did you see Bree's like 7 stages? She was showing us yesterday,
yes.
Her 7 stages of fall. I guess right now we're at that time where it's like, you know, you can still harvest the tomatoes,
yes.
but not for much longer.
Yes, yeah. And then I do expect that pattern change right around the 22nd or so.
Okay, just in time for Halloween. It's going to be chilly for Halloween.